The opening prayer by former chaplain of the Stockdale Masonic Lodge, number 470, Larry Wiley.
Please bow your head and join me in prayer. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for all the blessings that you've given us. And we thank you for this opportunity to serve the county as we serve you. And we thank you for all the folks that are gathered here today. Father, pray that you would be with the folks that are suffering in Ukraine today. Watch over them. And Father, we thank you for the blessings that you've given us. Father, I thank you for putting me here and in Texas. And Father, pray that you would be with us as we do our business today, and that what we do here would not only be good for the county, but would honor and glorify you. And be with us as we leave here today. Watch over each and every one that is gathered. These things we ask, these things we give in praise to you. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay, moving to agenda item number 3, public comments. We have several here, and if anybody that just walked in wants to give a public comment, Ms. Martinez there is the one that you need to ask for. The first one that I've got here on this is James White of 152 Blackjack Road, Lavernia. Mr. White.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I and several others are here today to address the issue of renumbering the entire street without talking to us about it, without coming to us and saying, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this. I don't think that this board and this group, and I'm talking with Jeffrey, and I'm sorry, I'm afraid I destroyed your name.
Piridola.
Paradox.
Piridola.
And it doesn't seem like anybody has done their homework or due diligence for coming out and saying, this is the street we got, this is the lay of the land. We've got bodies of water that seem to come and go every once in a while. And so anyhow, what the renumbering has done is it's cost us, it's cost several people a few bucks. It's cost me probably going to be close to $200 because I have a gate. I have a very nice steel iron gate with my address numbers on, welded into that gate. Now I called the guy. He advertises in the Wilson County newspaper. AMPS is the name. They come out. They did a nice job. Now he's got to come out and change the numbers again because I don't do welding. He said, well, it costs me usually whenever we go out, it'll be $250. What? I don't think he's going to charge me $250, but nevertheless, there's going to be a charge for that. I'm not sure that it was part of the due diligence for making this change, but just a real quick snapshot of what the costs are to the rest of us. Everybody in this street's got to get a new driver's license. You can get a new driver's license for $11, but you got to go get it. That's $11. And this is in addition to whatever personal things. The gate is my own personal. I don't know how many other gates there are that have the numbers welded right into them. Maybe I'm the only one. You're so great. Driver's license, hunting, fishing. And if you got a pilot's license, oh my God, that's a federal thing. So now you got to really turn around. My brother's a private pilot. What's it cost to change your address? Well, he said anywhere from $25 to $125, depending upon what state you're in, what kind of flying you do, what kind of airplane you do, and all that sort of thing. So that's just a problem that I hope that we don't have. Everybody's got to buy new numbers for their mailbox. Small thing, but we also have to call our doctors, our lawyers, our Indian chiefs. We have a trust fund, so I have to have those lawyers change our address, 2 numbers, numbers has got to be changed on every page of this thing, and that's going to cost us $65. And these are the things that I don't think you took into consideration when you came out here and, well, you didn't come out, to do the due diligence about what's the impact of these subdivisions going in. Two, who are the players? You, Judge, I haven't met you before. Nice to meet you now. But I looked to see, who are you? And what's your background? Well, you were a deputy sheriff. You were also another elected job.
Justice of the peace.
And that's really pretty vague. As far as the commissioner goes, you got a real nice letter here. This is what's published out there for the last time you ran. And you do a good job with this thing. You started with a construction company. You built your own. You come all the way out from just being a worker to now owning your own. And you're pretty big on this. And I think that's great. I want to quote here from your published. It's like a
Mr. White, we're limited to 3 minutes for the public comments.
The internet says you got five. You got five. So we'll try to hurry up. It says, in addition to my work experience, my ability to manage, collaborate with others, and solve problems with common sense approach. I'm not sure that you hit that one out of the park when it comes to the renumbering and all the problems that it's going to cause the rest of us. There's a whole bunch of mobile homes going in there, and I don't know, I never heard of them, until all of a sudden, bang, they're there, and then a month or so later, we get this letter. Was this letter published in Spanish? Because there's a great deal of people out there that don't speak English. They don't even know. They're not even here today, but they're working, so I can't help them. So I'm going to skip over some of this and just go on. My questions, and some of these are going to be rhetorical.
Okay, Mr. White.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll let you have the 5 minutes because you read that. Okay, in our Commissioners Court's rules, I don't know what it says on the internet. I don't know who put it on the internet. But what I signed as Commissioners Court rule says 3 minutes.
All right, I'll hurry up. My questions come down to, why didn't anybody tell us this was happening? Why didn't we have a little round table discussion and see what we could do, maybe we could mitigate some of these problems in the first place? Why did we do that? Who did the walk around? Did anybody do a site survey? No, I don't think so. Does anyone out there speak Spanish? Where's the environmental impact statement on putting all these septic systems in such close proximity in the same piece of ground? No environmental impact statement. Without going, okay, I'll just go to what we would recommend.
Put the website up there where it says 3 minutes on our website.
Okay.
There's a lot of public comment.
We'd like to see, and I'm speaking for people that didn't elect me to be here, but what I believe that I would be correct in saying is that there's a lot of things we can do. We're not gonna say, let's don't change these numbers. That's already done. We're already committed to this, and you committed this to us. And I say in Star Trek, the needs of the few took place over the needs of the many. That isn't good. Phelps, we're gonna overload the power lines, we're gonna overload excess water.
Okay, Mr. White, would you please read what's on our website?
Well, I see this, I can't read it from here. It says 3 minutes, fine, I'll shut up here, just give me a second. This is a big deal for us, but there's a lot of ways to fix it, okay? And we can fix it by allowing us to submit our bills to Mrs. H. She could write a check, we could get paid one time for the things that we incurred, and we'd be done with it. We have to go ahead and still do this. So I'm asking that you consider doing something like that and making the effort to meet us halfway. That's essentially what that says. Thank you for your time.
Okay, the next public comment, Marcia Motke of 158 Blackjack Road.
That's me. Basically, thank y'all for hearing us out. Basically, I'm with Mr. White here. The only other thing I have to say is that there's several of us have called and spoke with Ms. Hosack, and the only thing that she told us was, this was back in October of last year, y'all started working on she also said there would be no different outcome because there was nothing that could be done about it. We're just wondering, like he said, why we weren't, is there a policy that y'all have to do, or is there a meeting you have to do? Because from October till now, we're just got, yeah, one thing in the, that was stating that. We just want to have, what is the process? Is it legal to do that? What, we just don't understand, you know? We're not trying to fight anybody or anything like that, but there's 60 residents on a road that this is going to affect. Thank you for your time.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, the next is David Scott Modkey of 158 Blackjack.
So my name is David Matke, and most of you know me by Scott. My wife and I have lived at Blackjack Road for the past 20 years. Received a letter back in January about the court telling us about our number address, and we changed it because section of our land had been subdivided. And number address needed to be changed for the 911 system to be easier to locate anyone in need. They were here to speak out against this change. I went back and researched this in 1995 when the 911 system was established in rural Texas. You know, we went through the process of, you know, rural road names changed, or the rural road numbers changed the names, and we were assigned addresses, which was fine. We understood that part. But back then, we were at least given a 2-week notice, through mail, or come to the court, have our agenda. This time there was nothing. We received a letter and say, hey, it's getting changed. We don't agree with that. And after reviewing your past changes, I don't see anywhere that this was discussed in open court. And I know Mr. Poston, what was it called? Mr. H. He brought this in front of y'all in October about subdividing these 3 lots and changing our number system. That's fine, you know, he needs to do what's good for him, you know, everybody needs to make a living. But, we're just saying that, you know, we wish we'd been notified. And, we've already had some single dwelling homes subdivided into rental properties. And it seems like those addresses have already been changed to, with, never behind it, 138A, B, and C. And we just don't know why we can't go ahead and do that for the 3 properties now that are affecting everyone down the road. So we just want y'all to reconsider this change. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next public comment, Greg Raybell, 190 Blackjack Road.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Like he was saying, I also received a letter. I've been out there almost 35 years. And I called down and talked to the lady at 911. I tried to talk to Leanne Hosak, but I got her assistant, Tammy Burleson. I do have some pictures here, some address. Can I submit this to y'all to look at? And she explained to me that this one property was divided up into 3 lots. That since they were sold, each lot has to have its own number. But I also told her about this right here. This obviously is a rental property. It's got 3 mobile homes on it, and they're 130A, 130B, and 130C. So as far as the 911 system is concerned, everything still has an address. So my concern is, she was saying, well, because one is sold and one is rented, that's the difference. Come on, I mean, this is 2022, I mean, we're all adults, surely we can do something about this. If it's good for a rental property, what difference if there's a fire on a rental property? The EMS is still gonna go to 130A or 130B, or if it's a sold property, it's still gonna go to an address. You know, and the thing is, if my understanding's right, this was a 5-acre property that was divided up into 3 lots. They're only missing one number. They're only missing one number. So surely we can do something, and that's kind of what we're considering. I mean, I've been in business too. I went down the line, and surely my wife and I have to change our addresses. My wife and I have to change our with the Social Security, we have to change our addresses, our bank accounts, all the utilities, electric, water, internet, trash, DirecTV, health insurance, car insurance, house insurance, life insurance, mortgage. We have, with the IRS, we have to change our address, the truck payment, our wills, our church address, cell phones. My wife is also a power of attorney for her mother-in-law, for her mother that's in independent living. some way, bound to be able to come up with one more number. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, and the next public comment is John Wells, 1260 Country Lane, Marion. Mr. Wells, I don't know if you have the same.
So I right here representing Motorola Solutions, so I'm account manager on the public safety side of things. I'm going to specifically address agenda item 10A. So the board is being asked to enter into a LCRA for the radio system. So we've also been working with the sheriff and other public safety entities around the county for the last several months to also submit a proposal in this concept. So Motorola has a longstanding relationship with Wilson County to provide the sheriff with his CAD and record management system, body cameras, radios for all public safety throughout the county. So obviously you're being asked to submit a radio system that is not a Motorola system, it's not an LCRA. So a couple things I'd like for you to consider today. So the recommendation being made to use ARPA funding to do this. Okay, ARPA funding is obviously meant to do infrastructure within your county. Okay. One thing to point out is the LCRA system is an investment in LCRA. Okay, they own their system. Wilson County does not own it. Okay, you're being asked to use your funding to build out a system for another quasi-state entity. Okay, now you're going to lease back onto that. So is my understanding of what the agreement, that's how they usually do their business model. So
Mr. Wells, if you want to wait, we do have your item on the agenda. I thought you were with the other
no, sir.
people. Okay, if you would like to wait to that,
Sure.
okay, that will be later.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is this all of the public comments? Okay, and to the people on Blackjack Road, this was not an agenda item, so we cannot react to this or approach it in any way because it's not on the agenda item. Mr. Wells's item is on the agenda, and it's later in the agenda. So if that's all the public comments, we're going to move on to agenda item number 4, certificates of completion and awards. Okay, and we have several, it seems like. Okay, Public Library Association, ALA, American Library Association, Certificate of Completion. This is to certify that Nikki Storr has successfully completed Love Library Data, Project Outcome 101, February 16th, 2022. And Web Junction, Certificate of Attendance, Nikki Storr has viewed the webinar Exploring the SOAR, Strengths, Opportunities, Aspirations, Results Model, February 17th, 2022, credit 1 hour. And the other one was credit 1 hour. Okay, and this is, we've got several on, that have completed this, this course. Okay, University of Texas, Arlington Division of Enterprise Development, Public.
May I ask a question?
Go right ahead. Sir?
Is there anything gonna be done about the address change?
We can't do that today because of it's not on our agenda. We cannot approach anything that's not on the agenda.
Notify us when you can do something about it?
Yeah, what is the procedure? Can we get on the agenda?
Okay.
What do we need to do?
You have to be put on the agenda by either the commissioner or the county judge. So approach the commissioner or myself, and if you want to get on the agenda, we'll see about getting you on the agenda.
Sir, I called and spoke with Janita the other week asked about getting on here. She said if you had a public comment, you didn't have to, but if you wanted to do a presentation, you had to either email it or fill out a form and send it in. So we were under the assumption that we could just come in here and make a public comment.
Well, that's what
you do.
the public comment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, University of Texas, Arlington, Division of Enterprise Development, Public Work Institutes certifies that, okay? Kevin Foster and Antonio Rojas have successfully completed work zone construction safety, January 24th through 25th, 2022, training hours 12, CEUs 1.2, okay? TCEQ, okay. And I think we have several others. Paul has,
Fabian Gazumbic Jr., to add to that, and Tony Gomez.
Then I also have Paul Sanchez, Mauro Rodriguez, Andrew Cardenas, Andres Ramos, and Andy Ramos.
do you have any?
Yeah, I do, and I forgot to bring
Okay, we can get them next time.
And Larry has one.
Oh,
Don't have a certificate.
No, not, okay, I'm sorry, Larry.
okay.
And then Judge, also the 10-hour OSHA card,
What's that?
the 10-hour OSHA card.
Okay,
He's got one laying here, I don't know.
okay. And this also, okay, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. This card acknowledges that the recipient has successfully completed 10-hour construction safety and health. Okay, this one's Antonio. It's the same list of people that we just read. And this was 1/25/2022. Okay. Is that all of the certificates? Okay, moving on to agenda item number 5, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, which I think that should be Paul File, Commissioner Precinct 2. 5A, discuss and take action on proposal from Embry Roofing to replace roof at 2 Library Lane, the Treasurer's Building.
Judge, we discussed this a while back, and we got proposals. We did the library, the tax office. We put a new roof on, and this building also it does leak quite a bit. And I know in the treasurer's office, it's got leaking problems, in the HR department, her corner, the walls even have water coming down. And I think we need to move and act on this. And this is a proposal from the Embry Roofing that did the treasurer's office of $49,555. And it comes with a 10-year warranty, transferable warranty as well.
I don't plan on selling it, I don't think.
No, me neither, but
And the next person we need to talk to is the auditor.
So we have monies budgeted in building and repairs and maintenance, budgeted in October. In addition, we got additional funds from ACOG, which can be used for any other type of project, so it would just be up to the court to approve it.
Okay. What's this gonna do to that line item?
For the building repairs and maintenance, I'd have to look and see where we are after bills today.
Okay,
I don't have the number in front of me.
okay.
I want to say, and we're early on in the year, I believe we budgeted $125,000 for the year.
And this will take
And I don't know where we are right now, but I can find
1,000 out
out.
of there? I believe it's approximately 75.
One of the things that you can do, if you opted to utilize the 48,000 plus that came in, the additional revenue that came in from the collection facility project, we can certify that revenue and apply it to building repairs and maintenance.
And
And
we can use that for
you
anything,
can,
correct?
I confirmed that with our
That's a
external
good-
auditor.
I think that's a good shot, use for that. I mean, that'll, the building we were talking about, that'll kind of shoot that in the foot.
So what we would do is, I would just request a budget amendment to certify that additional revenue and increase the building repairs and maintenance by that amount, so that way the budget is correct.
I don't know what, if we were counting on either the scales or the building out there or not.
I don't think that's gonna cover scales. That'd be more expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And if we have to down the road, we can always take the money out of the building fund to do the building like we were talking about. Because this is, I think, is more important right now, getting this roof repaired, even though it don't seem to rain, but it will one
Maybe
day.
this will give us some incentive to rent.
Judge, I'll make a motion that we go ahead and approve this proposal from Embry Roofing to replace the roof on the treasurer's office, 2 Library Lane, at $49,555.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Wiley, that we approve the roof for the treasurer's office. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So,
Judge, will you sign that one page, please, and give it back to me so that I can submit the deposit?
thank you. Okay, now we're going to 5B, discuss and take action on appointing Anthony Flores as Commissioner for Wilson County ESD number 4.
Judge, we have a vacancy on ESD 4, and I have talked with Anthony Flores about filling that position. I think he'll be a great candidate and work along with the other board members that's there. So I'll make a motion that we approve Anthony Flores to the ESD Board number 4.
I'll second it.
Motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Martin, that we appoint. Okay, I just want to make usually we have some kind of difficulty in finding people. We have another person that was after the fact, sent in, Lisa Fish sent in a request to be considered for this, and it also said that in future, so the next time we have an opening, we'll have somebody that's already. Okay, we got a motion and a second, appoint Anthony Flores, ESD number 4. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anthony, would you like to get sworn in?
Thank you.
Okay, in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, oath of office. I,
Anthony Flores,
do solemnly swear or affirm. Do solemnly swear or affirm
confirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties
that I will faithfully execute the duties
of office of Commissioner ESD number 4
of office of ESD Commissioner 4
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Sign this and then we'll get.
You write like I do.
It'd be a ticket wrote like that.
You like it? Yes, sir.
Thank you for volunteering, helping out, Mr. Flores. I know Mr. Gleason will be somebody that will keep you in line.
Okay, moving right along to agenda item 6, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, discuss and take action on approving the use of the courthouse lawn and parking lot for the Saturday, May 14th, 2022 by the Lions Club for their annual Lions Club Car Show. Okay, I was approached and asked about this, and they're going to use the parking lot. They're going to have, I guess, an exhibition of their vehicles or their cars, and they're going to have some vendors, I think, set up out there maybe, or, and it's a Saturday, and we never have refused use to anybody, so.
I make a motion that we do it, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley. Second. Second by Commissioner Perdola, that we allow the Lions Club to use the parking lot Saturday, May 14th. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Thank y'all. Okay, agenda item 7, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, presentation by Biela Valenzuela, Community Liaison of Belong, a division of SJRC, Texas.
Good morning.
Yes, if you want to, yes, ma'am, just come around and pass them out. Thank you.
Where would you like me to present from, Judge?
What's that?
Is this okay?
Anywhere, what do you think? I think everybody can hear you from there.
Okay. Well, good morning, Judge, Commissioners, Assistant County Attorney, Sheriff, participants. I'm here along with my Director of Community Engagement. My name is Belia Valenzuela, and I am the Community Liaison for Belong, a nonprofit organization that assists building families through foster care and adoption services. I'm here today because I'd like to just bring awareness to the fact that we are transforming foster care. As it states, we are a division of St. Jude's Ranch for Children of Texas. It is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We are located in two offices, one in San Antonio and our Bulverde office. We almost have 40 years of child welfare experience, so we are not new to this. More than 70,000 children have gone through the doors receiving care since its inception. We are accredited by the Council on Accreditation, which means that they have gone through and investigated every aspect of our business. That's something we're very proud of. We do utilize what's referred to as TBRI, a trust-based relational intervention. We try to gain the trust of the children who have suffered all this trauma and abuse and have behaviors because of that. Going forward, the unique nature of Belong. There is consistent communication and keen attention to detail. We are trying to wrap around what resources are in the community so that we can better take care of these children that are up for adoption or needing foster care. We do have provider assistance and support. This is something that we take pride in. We do not abandon a foster parent or an adopted parent. We try to stay with them throughout the whole process so that we don't have children coming back into the system, and we do have other resources that prevent children from even coming into the system. One of our programs is called the Pac Program, which is the prevention department with the parents as teachers. We even provide support in the homes for the parents that was rented the family before the crisis even started. We also have a legal department that focuses on the child's best interest and safety. What is community-based care, or CBC, as the acronym says? It's a new way, a system change of providing the foster care and case management services. Before, it was the state that would come in and would dictate what was going to be done, and now it falls more on the county level so that we have a better understanding of what the needs are in each of the communities. So the state is now looking to providers such as Belong to help support that need. Why community-based care? Because in 2017, the Texas legislature significantly revitalized and expanded the process so that we can improve the lives of the children that we are trying to serve. This allows flexibility, innovation, and community collaboration. Our timeline. We started in April of 2021. We actually opened the doors to Belong in October of 2021. We are making the progression into stage 2, where the investigation will continue with CPS
middle is San Antonio, that's considered 8, Region 8. We are 8B, and that's the donut. We service 27 communities. I am the community liaison for Frio, LaSalle, Atascosa, Wilson, and Carn. At this time, children in foster care. This is the least favorite of my slides. By the numbers, as of February 2022, more than 271 children in care for the South in this subregion. 48 youth in foster care from Wilson County alone. What's needed? 7 forever homes. There is a great need for foster homes, foster parents, adoption, services. I have come into the community to look to see what areas of opportunity there are, and there are many. I would ask that you spread the word and call upon me, because I will be putting more flyers out. And I do have business cards. And here at the end of the presentation, I have the contact information for our regional director, Eddie Gentry, and myself. You have any questions?
So there's currently 48 kiddos in foster care here in Wilson County, is that what you're saying? Or that's current, 48?
Yes.
Okay, it said like 7 homes? Are there's 7 children somewhere that don't have a places to go, or what is?
I'll allow him, because Mr. Henson, because he handles that area.
Thank you. Guy Hanson, Director of Community Engagement for Belong. So what this document is showing you is our overall scheme of the 27 counties that Belong works with. We contract with the Department of Family Protective Services for 5 years. We are the sole provider for this area for child placement services, which is foster care and adoption services. So in Wilson County, there are 48 children from this county that are in the foster care system right now, and 7 are legally free to be adopted. So when we say we need 7 forever homes, we're talking about 7 kids that are ready to go right now. So part of our mission here, and we appreciate you listening to us and hearing, we're a new agency, and we just want to kind of get the word out. We're not asking for any money, we don't need anything like that right now, but we want you to know that we're here, we are active in the community. Velia was hired specifically because she's from this area, she knows this community, and so we can work together to build up the support and services for these kids. There's a lot of kids that need a lot of help, a lot of families too. So the next step of what's gonna happen in community-based care, as Velia mentioned, is stage 2. And that's where the kinship families, the relatives that have stepped up and are working with these kids, they need support and assistance. And so they will come into our network and we'll work directly with them, along with the children that are placed in the foster care system. So there's a lot of pieces to this, and it's a very large enterprise. We got a huge area, I mean, just the southern area is big. Wilson County is one of 27 counties that we're working in. So that's a little bit about who we are and what we're trying to do. We appreciate the support. We appreciate getting the word out, like Velia said. I know she mentioned she's got lined up for the Lions Club, the thing you just approved in there, because we want to get a booth out there, let people know who we are, what we're about. That we are looking to recruit foster and adoptive parents. We want to help build up the support organizations in the county in any way possible to help these families, so that the kids don't have to get right into foster care and then be sent elsewhere. We want to try and keep them as close to the home communities as possible. So that's our mission, that's our goal.
So those 7 are in foster care somewhere, but they can be adopted.
Absolutely.
Do y'all have an office here in Wilson County, or?
We do not. We are looking at setting up hubs. If you look at the map we have of our area, because we have a large area, we're trying to figure out how to situate our offices as kind of hubs or regional hubs or something along that line. We're still working on that part of it. And we work obviously directly very much with Child Protective Services, both the investigation branch and then the other branches that are working with the families.
What about outreaching to churches and that sort of thing?
That is a really good question. We didn't have time to put it in there. Part of our organization, because community-based care is legislatively mandated. Right? Privatizing the child welfare system is what it's doing. And so one of the things we can do is we can innovate and flex, and we're flexible. So we actually have a full-time faith-based coordinator. That's all she does is reaches out. We had a meeting in Wilson County with Grace Bible Church about 3 weeks ago. Sat down with the pastor and looked at how they're working to surround the families in their area to support them to take kids that need foster care, need adoption. And some of these kids are tough because they're coming from really hard places and these families need support. You can imagine taking kids in, one, it's expensive, and two, they need help, they need assistance. And we're there to provide some of that. And the faith base is a big part of it.
Excuse me, and I wanted to add that I have reached out to the Wesley nurse, your local Wesley nurse, who is like extremely vital to this area. And we have been in contact and trying to work together because there are resources at times that may be needed, diapers, bottles, clothing, that sort of thing.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving to the next agenda item 8. Richard L. Jackson County Judge, 8A, discuss and take action on a resolution to appoint a new director to the Riverbend Community Development Corporation. Well, you have that? Okay. I guess we get to read this, okay? Resolution number 2022-001, resolution by the Commissioners Court of Wilson County, Texas, appointing a new board member to the Board of Directors of the Riverbend Community Development Corporation. Whereas the Riverbend Community Development Corporation was established as a local government corporation under the provisions of Subchapter D of Chapter 431 Texas Transportation Code, for the purpose of, among other things, aiding, assisting, and acting on behalf of the city of Floresville in the performance of its governmental functions to promote, develop, encourage, and maintain transportation, employment, commerce, economic development in the city, and to promote common good and general welfare in the reinvestment zones created pursuant to Chapter 311 Texas Tax Code and designated by the City Council to be implemented and administered by the corporation. And whereas the act provides in relevant part in the manner in which Chapter 394 Texas Local Government Code applies to a corporation created under that chapter applies to the appointment of the board of a local government corporation and the members' terms of services. And whereas Chapter 394 provides after the initial directors, the governing body of the local government shall appoint directors in the manner and for the terms provided by the articles of incorporation or bylaws. And whereas there currently exists a vacancy on the corporation's board of directors, and whereas the Commissioners Court now desires to appoint a director to fill the position. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Wilson County that, Section 1, the Commissioners Court hereby appoints Gary, we haven't. There's the resolution part. Then we'll go ahead and move to 8B, discuss and take action to remove Albert Gomez and appoint Gary Martin to the Riverbend Community Development Corporation. Now I'll read this next part. Okay. Now therefore be it resolved by the Commissioners Court of Wilson County Texas, that Section 1, the Commissioners Court hereby appoints Gary Martin as a new director to the board in accordance with the bylaws and replacement of the department member. Section 2, the county judge, county clerk, and county attorney are authorized to execute documents necessary to effectuate the appointment of the new director, including accusation of any necessary document. Section 3, the recitals contained in this preamble hereof are hereby found to be true, and such recitals are hereby made a part of this resolution for all purposes and are adopted as a part of the judgment and findings. Section 4, all ordinances and resolutions or parts thereof in which are in conflict or inconsistent with any provisions of this resolution are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict, and the provisions of this resolution shall be and remain controlling as to the matters resolved herein. Section 5, the resolution shall be construed and enforced in accordance with the state laws of Texas and the United States of America. Section 6, if any provision of this resolution or application thereof to any person or circumstances shall be held to be invalid, the remainder of this resolution and the application of the provision to other persons or circumstances shall nevertheless be valid. And this Commissioners Court hereby declares that this resolution would have been enacted without such invalid provision. Section 7, it is officially found, determined, and declared that the meeting in which this resolution is adopted was open to the public, and public notice of the time, place, and subject matter of this public business to be considered at such meeting, including this resolution, was given all as required by Chapter 551 as amended the Texas Government Code. Section 8, this resolution shall be enforced in effect from and after its final passage, and it is so resolved.
You got it again?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'll entertain a motion to,
Judge, I make a motion that we remove Albert Gomez and appoint Gary Martin to the Riverbend Community Development Corporation.
I'll second it.
motion by Commissioner Fowles, second by Commissioner Wiley.
Judge, I have a question.
No, no, you can't.
Chapman, no, should I vote or should I abstain on this? Okay,
Okay,
that's what I thought, but I wanted to
We
make
need to
sure.
accept the resolution first, or?
we can accept the resolution and we can do it all in one vote, can't we, Eva? Because it's all in one,
Well, it's an A and B, so that's why I was asking.
yeah,
Yeah, I can do.
okay, we can do it all at one time,
Good.
okay?
They pertain to the same.
So we're accepting the resolution and appointing
Yeah, except the same.
Gary Martin.
Gary Martin at the same time. Any more questions? Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Fowles, second by Commissioner Wiley. All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstain? Gary Martin? Okay.
Thanks, y'all. No.
You sure?
Yeah,
We'll see.
we thought you were gonna run or
Let us
something.
know.
Yeah, that could be a vague thing.
Thank you.
Okay, moving along to agenda item 9, Richard L. Jackson County Judge, Dickey Store Library Director. Discuss and take action on entering a 36-month contract with Spectrum Enterprise to host a Sam Ford Junior Public Library's internet service. Okay.
Just a little bit of background history. The Floresville Library, the Sanford Junior Library, receives its internet service. We used to get it from the DIR, which is a directed contracts through the state. We also participate in a program called E-rate, which we get 80% subsidy on the bill that we pay for the library's internet service. Every year, about Christmas time, we have to put out, I love their form numbers. We get to go out for Form 470, where people submit their bids. The bids have all come in. Now we get to go to 471.
That's
which
exciting.
actually submits, agree to the service contract. So upon review of the one contract, or the one person who bid, which was Spectrum, they are actually cheaper with a 36-month contract than going with a 12-month contract with DIR. DIR, we are currently paying $12.80 a month, which we get 80% back at the end of the FCC's fiscal year, which is in June or July. Then the new service contract, if we could do 36 months at $840, we would get 80% of that back from the FCC next June or July. So because I'm asking to change from DIR direct
And the service will be,
Service will stay the same because the DIR contract is with Spectrum. It's just a different portion of the Spectrum as a business.
Nikki, you're the only person I know that could add excitement to changing from Form 470 to 471. It's a good job.
480s.
That's a good job.
Is there anything, to cancel the DIR contract? Are there any penalties or anything like that that you're aware of?
No, because it's still the same company, they said they just have to have access to our service to flip a switch. I was concerned that it would change our IP addresses, and John, who I've been in contact with him quite a bit on this, he said it may cause a little bit of a hiccup for one day, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. He recommended that I go with this 36 months for almost half the price.
Makes sense.
I'll make a motion to approve a 36-month contract with Spectrum Enterprise to host the Sam 4 Junior Public Library's internet service.
Second.
motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Perdola, that we go with 36-month service order with Spectrum. Is there any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So, who gets this? You? Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to agenda item 10, Richard O. Jackson County Judge, Michelle Motor Grants Manager. 10A, discuss and approve the recommendation of the CLFRF Committee to proceed with the Memorandum of Understanding Agreement from LCRA for the purchase and maintenance of the radio system.
Here are 3 copies. Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. This first agenda item is obviously relevant to the American Rescue Plan. Y'all approved the sheriff to get bids from Motorola and LCRA, I think a couple months ago, or no, back in December, I'm sorry. And they have done what they needed to do. We, as the committee, I distributed the agreements to the committee a couple weeks ago, and the committee met last Wednesday to discuss all the ins and outs of the agreements. John was very much involved as well, John Holcomb, our IT director. And the committee came forth with a recommendation of recommending the LCRA agreement. I will defer to the sheriff and Commissioner Martin for any details they want to add to that.
Go with him.
I'm going to let Wells speak.
Okay. Again, thank you, Judge, thank you, Commissioners. Again, I'm John Wells, represent Motorola. So we're working closely with the sheriff on this project. A couple things I want y'all to consider about this. Again, our solution, Motorola's been in business for 90 years. Radios will be new. That's all we do. Public safety radio being a high priority. Our focus in the last 20, 25 years has been specifically building our portfolio, giving you or giving public safety an option The other thing that we've recently discovered is, that some of these type of, the cost involved in this, because you're using federal funds, it's 2 CFR 200, I believe, that governs how that's supposed to be spent, and this level is recommended to use an RFP. We've had a couple of these, we've had at least one other in the last few months, similar type deal, where the entity decided last minute to go out to RFP to make sure they were covered, under ARPA, making sure they're following all the federal guidelines in. So again, I just want to come before you this morning. I'm asking on behalf of Motorola that you table this, consider some of these things. Consider either issuing out a BAFO, a final offer, to both companies, so we can kind of go back and relook at a couple things and submit something back to you. Or go to RFP and make sure you're doing apples to apples comparison. I will tell you, knowing what I know about both systems, we offered a proposal to you that takes the county into the next 20 years, with the latest and greatest technology. We have technology that LCRA does not have in their radio systems. So you're not really looking at an apples to apples comparison. If you do go out and go with RFP, we can take those guidelines that you put together, we can make sure that you are looking at apples to apples comparison. So that's what we're asking for y'all to do today, is just give that some consideration and table this for a little bit and make one of those decisions. So, thank you.
You were mentioning about the equipment, and it's going to be Motorola equipment, the radios, the body cams, and things like that. Will that have an effect? Okay, if we contract with LCRA?
It's your choice. I mean, it's a P25 radio system. So, Motorola radios can work on a Harris, which is LCRA is a Harris-based system. So yes, and the sheriff does use Motorola, as well as a lot of the ESPs use Motorola radios right now. There are LCRA customers that do use Motorola radios. So that doesn't affect that. The sheriff can essentially take a choice on what he wants to purchase as far as the radios themselves. So, and that's just a P25 standard. P25 is the public safety LMR standard that came out shortly after 9/11. A lot of that's to do with interoperability across agencies. So the other advantage of Motorola is the state of Texas doesn't have a statewide, funded radio system like some states do. However, all of our state partners and federal partners are all Motorola. Texas DPS, game wardens, offices of Attorney General, any of those public safety entities across the state is all Motorola systems. In particular, TxDOT. TxDOT is really ramping up, building out their radio system right now across the state. Our proposal actually proposes using the site here in Floresville. They have Floresville, they have a tower here at the TxDOT office. They are going to be installing equipment that they purchased that's Motorola based. And so our proposal actually was to tie y'all into that system, which then gives any county entity carrying those radios. And it doesn't have to be public safety. You can also set up the road and bridge department. Anybody who wants to carry those radios can be tied into the Gators system, which is a core out of Austin. And will give you coverage all the way down to the coast, all the way to Del Rio, Laredo, out in South Texas. We really are working with those entities to expand our radio system across the state and give more folks the interoperability they need to go anywhere. Hurricane response, or any kind of disaster, they be able to use the radio system to talk to anybody they need to talk to. So,
Thank you.
any questions? Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments?
Ms. Chapman, since we're discussing the contract, can we go into executive session since we have,
Yes.
can you tell me which section it is we need to go under?
I don't have it with me right now, but, I'll look it up and make sure that it's in.
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session with the county attorney and the county auditor and the grants manager under Texas Government Code, section 551 point, whichever one Ms. Chapman says is the proper one.
Well, we can cover it all, 551.071 through 551.076.
Good enough.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Martin, second by Commissioner Fowle. We go into executive session. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, including the sheriff, sorry about
What's
that.
that?
Then the sheriff.
And the sheriff? Okay.
What about Ms. Eva? Do we need her?
No.
Okay. All in favor? Well, all in favor, what's that?
No.
You get the motion?
No, make sure you give me a time.
Well, just as soon as I call for if I get to vote, okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, motion carried. We're going at 10:02.
Just push record. Oh, I'm sorry. No, no, no. 10. The spectrum is what we did. It was to go on the purchase, maintenance